Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and another puzzle from Chris Napolitano today, who I've enjoyed puzzles by in the past, so I'm looking forward to this. It's a puzzle with a tiny bit of story attached as well, and we'll look at the rules in a moment. Some very unusual dots in this, unusual colours, unusual features, and I will try and explain them when we do the rules. First of all, don't forget our reward this month has been the regeneration, chopping up flatworms to make puzzles. Do check that out. It's on Patreon. It's great fun, and loads and loads of people have entered. Well, very well done if you've done that already. Do join us on Patreon for those rewards, as well as crosswords and connections videos. They're all good fun. And what else have we got? We've got well, I mean, we've been doing, of course, on Monday last, Simon's brilliant collaboration video with Tim Dorr. Really excellent, absolutely super extra content. Tim won the previous month's Patreon reward, and that was the reward, which we could put in inverted commas, but he certainly acquitted himself extremely well. Now, of course, there's also on the links under the video, SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD. Do support Sven, he's a genius. And there's all of our apps featuring Fog of War, the latest one. There is Domino and Killer as well. But there's also the Worms of Marty Sears and James Sinclair, the latest release. So do check those out. They're great. Now, let's have a look at Dippin' Dots by Chris Napolitano and go through the rules. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Oh no! Says the puzzle when you call it up. I accidentally dropped all of my constraint types, brackets, flavors, into a bowl, took a whisk and mashed them together. That's quite a lot of accidental things to be doing in a bowl. What a klutz. Good thing I remember color theory. Digits connected by an olive dot, that's this color clearly, must be from different parities, one even, one odd, and differ by at least 5. Wow, so these are like a German whisper, but connecting cells of different parities, one odd and one even. Okay. Digits connected by a lavender dot, that's the other pinker color, must be consecutive and from different entropic sets. Now the entropic sets are the low ones, 1, 2, 3, the middly ones, 4, 5, 6, and the high ones, 7, 8, 9. So this is connecting digits from different entropic sets that are consecutive. And that's quite interesting because that is not what I took in when I glanced at these rules beforehand. But it's a good thing I get to read them out to you, because that means I don't make the mistake I occasionally make when I do Sudokus for my own pleasure of misunderstanding the rules and plunging straight in. Anyway, killer cages. Digits in a cage do not repeat and must sum to the number in the top left of the cage. Okay, those are the rules. They are unusual, but not complicated. That's what I'm going to claim. And I am going to try the puzzle now and see how we get on. You can try it on that first link under the video, but let's get cracking. So, when I was doing the rules there and highlighting the top row, it occurred to me, I mean, basically, you could treat all of these, amongst their other functions, these olive dots cause a German whisper line between the two cells they connect. So, forget the parity bit of the rule for the time being as we look at row 1. We know how they all look like Saturn now, don't they? We know how they all divide up. Because we know 3 things about green lines, and these are effective green lines because of this rule that they differ by at least 5. One is that 5 can never go on a green line, so it can never go on an olive dot. And I will ask you the question in a moment, where does 5 go in row 1? And you will have the answer ready. The second is that digits on a green line must alternate between high and low, and that will happen in this puzzle. The third is that The third is irrelevant today. 4 and 6 are difficult to place in cells where their neighbours would have to be, their two neighbours would have to be the same. That's not going to happen because we don't have any cells with two neighbours. But now I ask you the question, where does 5 go in row 1? It doesn't go on a green line, it goes there. And there's our first digit. And we could have done that in 5 seconds instead of 90 seconds. Now, the other thing we do know, and I can't really pencil mark this, about the other cells in this row, is that, consider the number 6. Where will that be in the row? Well, we don't know. But what will be on its line? It can only connect to a 1. Consider the number 4. It can only connect to a 9. And then the numbers you have left are 2, 3, 7, and 8. And the high digit that 3 can connect to out of those is 8. So, and therefore 2 will go with 7. What we have is 4 pairs of digits with a difference of exactly 5. Not just in the top row, at least 5, but exactly 5. As I say, I don't know how to pencil mark that, but I do know it exists. Now, I'm going to skedaddle off the green lines and talk about the lavender things. So the lavenders are from different entropic sets and consecutive. Well, those two requirements are almost at odds with each other. They almost disagree with each other because they basically have to bridge the entropic sets. They're either bridging between 1, 2, 3, the low digits, and 4, 5, 6, the middly digits. So they would have to be, in that case, a 3, 4 pair. Or they're bridging between 4, 5, 6, the middly digits, and 7, 8, 9, the high digits. And then they would be a 6, 7 pair. So if I've understood that rule right, and I've read it 2 or 3 times to myself now, every one of these lavender dots has either a 3, 4 pair or a 6, 7 pair on it. So that I can pencil mark. And that's quite interesting. So we can also sort of colour those flavours. Chris obviously mixed up his flavours in a bowl, but we're trying to separate them out now. So I'm going to call this flavour of lavender dot red. And this digit must be red as well, because if that's a 3, this is going to have to be a 4. They are consecutive. So if they're from 3, 4, they're a similar red pair. Now, this digit can't be red because there's only 2 red digits and they're sitting here looking at it. So that must be a yellow digit going with a yellow digit. I've just made up yellow as the other colour. Maybe I was influenced by Skittles. Now, over here it's not so obvious, but I'm going to use a different colour and call those ones the pink set. Now that's either yellow or red, I don't know which. But this digit can't be pink. It's got to be, therefore, green. Did you choose green? And this pair have to be not green because that would be 3 greens in the row and there's only 2. So that's pink as well. So these two are the same flavours. This one I don't know. Actually, this one's in a 22 cage. So let's just have a think about the maths. 3 plus 4 is 7. If those two added up to 15... how could they obey the whisper constraint, the difference of 5 constraint? They would both have to be at least 6, and they couldn't be 5 apart. So that is not a 3, 4. Now, I wish I could colour it. I don't know if it's yellow, red, pink, or green, but it's a 6, 7 pair. These two, therefore, add up to the difference between 22 and 13, which is 9, which makes them... well, they don't have to be a pair. In fact, they aren't a pair that has an exact difference of 5 because that would be a 2, 7 pair. But we've used 7 in the cage, so it would go against the rules to have a 2, 7 pair. So that is a 1, 8 pair. It's the only way you can maintain a difference of 5, add up to 9, and not be 2, 7. And what about this pair? This pair has a high digit on. And that's not 8, 6, or 7, according to the box now. So the high digit here is a 9. The low digit, well, the rule said the low digit has to be of the other parity, didn't it? Yes, it did. So the low digit is 2 or 4. Now, if it was 4, this would be a 3, 6, 7 triple. The other digits in the row would be 1, 2, 5, and 8. This one can't be 5 and would be 1, 2, or 8. Does that tell us about this? Not really, so I don't know. We've still got 3 and 5 to place in this box, as well as the other digit from 2 or 4 that's not on this lowest Saturn. Oh, so those, I suppose, are selected from 2, 3, 4, 5. That was barely worth pencil marking. Okay, let's look at this 13 cage. Because 5 has gone. There aren't that many ways of making up 13. There's always a 1 in it. And then the other digits add up to 12. So it could be 1, 2, 4, 6 now. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 7. Oh, that's interesting. 1 and 2 are definitely in the cage. Along with 4, 6, or 3, 7. Well, that doesn't tell us what this digit is, I don't think. This 18 cage, there's no negative constraints, so there's plenty to think of. Oh, this 14 cage, oh gosh, why haven't I looked at that? 3 plus 4 equals 7, and this would be a 7. 6 plus 7 is 13, and this would be a 1. Okay, this line, if that was 3, this would have to be 5 away and even, and would be 8. If it was 4, this would be 5 away and odd, and it would be 9. If at least 5 is what I'm trying to mean. If that was 6, this would have to be a 1. If that was 7, this would have to be a 2. There's only one partner for each of those, given the full green constraints of parity and German whisper. Okay, what about the 25 cage? I don't seem to have much left to go on. I've looked at everything else. I haven't really looked at this. Hang on. Let's do the 14 cage first, because we had a 14 cage down here. Oh, but that had a lavender dot. This one has an olive dot. Right, this pair, we know in the top row, we said this earlier, that the pairs have an exact difference of 5. So this is either 1, 6 with a 7 here, or 2, 7 with a 5, or 3, 8 with a 3. Well, it can't be that. Or 4, because that would repeat a 3. Or 4, 9 with a 1. And that was more possibilities than I was hoping for. But we know this is not the 3, 8 cage. What about this? I'm not at all sure, but that could have been a neighbour not enjoying my commentary, so I've tried to close a few windows and things. We'll see. Right, now we were saying that's not an 8-3 pair. What else have we got going on? We've got, the 25 cage I was going to look at. So if that is a 3-4 pair, then the rest of it adds... Oh, of course, I hadn't quite assimilated that each one of these dots adds up to an odd number. That's quite important, or it might be. But because the lavender dots make a consecutive pair, that must be an odd and an even digit. And we were told that the parity of the green dot, the olive dots, is 1 odd and 1 even. So they must make up an odd pair in total. So that is 2 odd pairs. We're getting to a total of 25 in the cage. This must be odd as well. This is 3 or 7. So if that's a 4-6 pair, no, it's not a 4-6 pair. If that's a 3-4 pair, this is a 7. And these add up to 11 without using 7, 4, or 3. They could be 2, 9. That's what they'd have to be. That would be a 2, 9 pair. If this was a 3-4 pair, that would be a 7. So if this is a 6-7 pair, then we can't repeat 7 in the cage, and that's a 3. 13 plus 3 is 16. These would add up to 9. Is there a way of doing that? Yes, they could be 1/8 or 2/7. They couldn't be 2/7 because this would be a 6/7 pair. So these would be a 1/8 pair in that case. So there seems to be one way of doing this, one with one pair there, and one way of doing it with the other. I don't know. I do know because there's a 1/8 pair there looking at this. This can't be a 1/8 pair. This must be a 2/9 pair. So now we know what this is, and I can't remember what it is. Is it a 6/7 with a 2/9, 13, 24? No, that would need a 1. So it's a 3/4 here with a 7 there and a 2/9 pair. That's what it must be. So that's a 3/4 pair. That's a 7. And there's a 2/9 pair here. Now we know this flavour because that was the whole point of colouring these pairs, and I can get rid of the colours of pink and green now. We haven't sorted out yellow and red. Ooh, 6 is looking down at that digit, so this can't be 7, that can't be 6. Getting closer. Now, what about these cells? They see 2, 9, 7, 6 and a 3, 4 pair. Ah, this one sees that 1, 8 pair from across the grid. So that's a naked 5. That's an unexpected find. This one is 1 or 8 because that's all that's left. What's left in this box? 5, 2, 9, 7, 6. So we need another 1 or 8, and that can't go there because of that pair as well. So it's there. This is the other 3 or 4. So I could colour my 3s against 4s. Might start doing that. Let's see what happens if we go blue and grey. Does it in... what about these at the top? We know that can't be 3, 8. This one can't be the 7, 2 pair because of that group of digits looking at that cell. Oh, where is the 7, 2 pair in the top row then? Is it here? 14, if it's on one of these, the 2 can't be in the middle. 2 and 7 there would be 9, and that would be a 5. Oh, hang on, that's a problem. Look, there'd be nowhere for 5 in this box. 5 sees that cell, so that's not 5. 5 in box 6 is now in one of those cells, and that's ruled out up here. And that, I think, means this can't be a 2, 7 pair. This can't be a 2, 7 pair for 2 totally different reasons. But that's great because that means that the 2, 7 pair is either here or here. The 2, remember there's a 2 in this 13 cage, the 2 must be outside the tent looking in, and the 7 must be inside the tent looking out. And that's incredibly helpful because that sorts out yellow. If there's a 7 up there, there can't be a 7 in this, on this lavender dot. So it's not the 6, 7 pair, it's the 3, 4 pair. And now this is the 7, 6 pair. Because we got that 6, we know which order they go in. 7, 6, 7, and we can add, actually let's get rid of red, we can add those to up 13, that's a 1 to make the 14 cage work. And that fixes the 8, 1 pair. And now, oh gosh, we're beginning to get an idea on each of these, what it can be. Let's do something else first. 6 there, 6 in one of those. We need a 6 in row 8. That has to be here. Oh, do we know what's... This can't be... Oh, once that was 3 or 4, this has to be high. There's the whisper rule, isn't there? That's why I drew the green lines. I'd forgotten all about them. This is high, 8 or 9. Whatever that digit is, we'll find out what that one is. The 2 in the box has to go in one of those cells. Right, I do want to think about the top row, or do I? No, I know. I want to think about the 13 cage. What did we say? There were 2 possible combinations. One is 1, 2, 3, 7, and that is ruled out because 7 is up there. So this cage is now 1, 2, 4, 6. This is telling us everything we need to know, I think. 4 there, 1, 2, 6 in the cage, 3 on the dot. Now, Hang on, I was going to say these can't be 3 8 cages. That's not necessarily true, because if the 3 was outside and the 8 was inside, no problem. In fact, these digits are 7, 8 and 9 to fill the box. These, remembering again that we know that there's a 5 difference on every green line in the top row, these are from 2, 3 or 4. And this digit is at least 5 away from that. We have to go back to the proper rule because it's not the top row. So if that's a 1, this could be 6 or 8. If that's a 2, this could be 7 or 9. If that's a 6, this is a 1. That's a lot of candidates that I'm not pencil marking. So somewhere up here we have 7, 2. This one was, oh, this one's got restricted down to 2 possibilities. If that's a 7, this is a 1, 6 pair. If that's a 1, this adds up to 13 and is a 4, 9 pair. What about this? Or, I don't know, there must be something. There's a 1 in one of these cells. There's a 6 in one of these. This is just raw Sudoku. Oh, let's look at the blue digit. Right. One of these is blue and one is grey. I'll just mark that like that. Now that means one of these two is the blue. The grey, I don't know. I'm not going to pencil mark that. Excuse me. A little cough. Right. This cage has to add to 18. I haven't really got anything done with that. Let's have a think about it now. If that was a 6, these add up to 12. And they couldn't use the 7, so they'd either be 4, 8 or 3, 9. If that's a 7, they add up to 11, and they can't use 7 or 6, which leaves them to be 8, 3 or 2, 9. Am I getting any triples or anything? I don't think I am. Oh, we've got, 7 and 6 are a pair in this row. 7 and 6 are a pair there. Oh, and look, there's that 7 looking up to box 1. Oh, it's all big Sudoku stuff and I'm missing it like a fool. Okay, that can't be 4. No, hang on. That's 2, it can't be now. And this is 7, and that goes with a 2 in the top row. I'm going to have to get myself some water. I'm sorry about all the little breaks. Right, back with some water. Now, where did we get to in this top row? We've got 5, 7 and 2. What about this one? Oh, that 7 fixes the 6, 7 pair. This row across the middle. Ah, look, 8, 9, 3, 7, 6. Right, the remaining digits in this column are 1, 2, 4, 5. That can't be 5 or 1. This also can't be 1 because of the 1, 8 pair. So we've got a weird 2, 3, 4 triple now. I can't quite finish that. Top row again? Am I missing something up there? Probably. I felt I had a load of information to use and I haven't quite managed to use it. 6, 1, there's a 7 in one of those 2 cells now. 5, 1, 3, 4. That is 2, 8 or 9. 6 and 7 up there. 2, 9, 7, 6, 1. Oh, there's a 3, 4 pair. I can colour this digit grey. That's strange. 3, 4, 8, 6, 1, 7. Everything else in this column is 2, 5 or 9. I'm not getting there. This being a 6 would make that a 1. That would be okay as far as that was concerned. 1, 8, 6, 7. This pair. Has anything happened with that one? I can't see it. 6, 7 here. We've sort of dealt with all 6, 7s in the bottom 3 rows. Oh, the 6, 7 pair in the column. That means that can't be 6. That means that can't be 1. I don't like this column. There's so many digits to look at. 1 is confined to those 3. That's not powerful enough yet. 3 is now in one of those 2 cells in box 3. Ah, and one of those 2 cells in row 1, which means 8 is either there or there. Maybe these coloured grey and blue 3s and 4s are going to be key somehow. Just don't think I've done enough with ooh. Grey there. One of these 2 is grey. I don't know, scratching around. Let's keep thinking about the top row. There must be a 1 used in this cage, is that right? If that's a 1, there is. If it's a 7, that's a 6, 1 pair. So there is a 1 used in the cage. This digit can't be a 1, so this can't be a 6. So this is 1 or 2, and there is a 6 used here, so that's not a 6. There is a 1 used in this cage, and there's a 1 used in this cage, and that's an X-wing on 1s, and that means the 1 in box 9 is in one of those 2. I haven't used this thing at all. Oh, we need an 8 in this row. Well, we need a 1 and an 8. 8 is in one of those 2 cells. Can it be there? This would be 3 or 1. That's fine. 1, I don't know. I'd like to have that 2-9 pair disambiguated. But I'd like even more to have grey. Oh, grey down here is in one of these 2. Do I know which one? No, I don't. One of those is a 3. If it was there, this is 8, 3, 4, 9, and that's a 1, 6 pair. 5, 1, 3, 4. Just looking at the first column again. 6 and 7 are up here. No, 2, 9, 7, 6. Oh, I'm missing something now. I'm sorry. It's probably just a marking or a cage total or something blindingly obvious. Oh, it's a 2, 3, 4 triple. It's where can 9 go in this row? That's what it is, and it is blindingly obvious, and I was blind to it. So that's a 2, right. That's not a 2 now. Now, does that actually do anything? We've got this 2, 3, 4 triple, which was how I finally noticed that. This can't be a 2. In this row, we've got 1, 2, 8, and these are from 6, 7. So that is 3 or 9, given that it can't be 5 or 4. 1, 2, 8, 6, 7. This could be any of 3, 4, 5, or 9. And all that's telling me again is that 8 is in one of these cells, which I learnt already on my own. 4's somewhere up there. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I thought this was getting easier, and it seems like it's almost getting harder as we go. Is it this thing? Is it really this thing? This digit can't be 4, 5, 6, or 7, or 9. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 8. If it is 8, this is 1 or 3. I mean, I've looked at this before, but it might matter. It can't be 6 or 7, so if that's low, this has to be 8 or 9, being high. Now, Where's 6 in the central column? It's clearly there. Oh, I mean, this 6 has done that ages ago. I just didn't even notice. Okay, I'm just not doing very well. Fair enough. 7, 6, 5, 6, 4, 7. It just depends what that is. It doesn't resolve. 6, 1, 7. There's a grey digit here. There's a blue digit up here. Oh, 3 is definitely in one of these cells with an 8. I've known that for ages. Ah, look, this can't be 8 here, I think. Is this right? If that was 8, this would be 9. By the parity rule, this would be 4. Grey would be 3, but 8 is meant to go with 3 in the top row. So grey would be 3. That would mess it all up. So this is not where 8 is in the top row. This is not the 8, 3 pair. This also can't be 3 because of that pair. So this is the 3, 8 Saturn in the top row, definitely. And now 3 is grey. That's 4. That's 3. This is going to do a lot. We get 9 on the parity rule. We get a 4 there, which sorts out 2 and 3. Now we can take 3 out of those cells. We do need a 3 in the final column, and it's got to be in this cage, which is therefore 3, 6, 9 or 3, 7, 8. 3, 8, 9, 1, 7, 4. I don't know. I'm missing something in that row, in that column. Never mind. Let's go over here. These can't be 9s anymore. One of those is a 9. That is a 9. That's definite. Oh, in the top row, this digit is a naked 6. That's going with a 1 in the top row. That clears up some pencil marks. This is now a 4, 9 pair. We can add up the cage, and that is a 1. That's an 8. That's a 1. That's an 8. Got a 3, 9 pair there looking up to the top. That's going to sort out that as not being a 5. I still don't know what's on this bloomin' olive dot. 4, 1, 8, 5, 3, 9. That's a 2, so I do know. That's 6 or 7. This is now a 4, 9 dot. And that means we don't have 4, 9 dot, 2, 3, 7, 6. We have 1, 8 and 5 left to go in the row. 1, 5, 8, 2, 7, 6 there. So this is a 4 with a 3, 9 pair beside it. This is now 1 or 5. Going to get this finished now, I believe. That's not a 9, but we need a 9 in the column. 4, 9, 6, 1, 7. There's a 2 in the box. Yeah, I don't know which way it works. 2, 9, 4. That's a 4 by Sudoku. This 6, 7 pair means that in this column we need a 2 down here and a 3 in that spot. Everything else is from 2, 5 or 8. So the 1 over here has seen that digit. 1 there needs an even digit on its right. This has become a 5. That fixes this as a 2. That puts 8 in the corner. Now I've got 7 and 2 here, 4 and 8. I'm going to get rid of all the colouring because that's all done for now. This finishes the row with an 8. That makes this a 6, 7, 5. 6 and 7 there. That's now 7 by Sudoku. I've got a 2, 8 pair down here, and I can even do them. I can do the 3, 9 pair. Along here we have 2, 4 and 5. That must be the 2 according to the digits higher up in the puzzle. Now, okay, let's do as much by Sudoku as we can and then come to the last dot. This is a 1, 4, 5 triple. Okay, this bottom row needs 1, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 or 3. Okay, that is as much Sudoku as I can do. So now I'm going to look at this column focusing on the dot. 5, 6, 4, 7, 2 are gone. If that's a 1, this has to be an 8. If that's an 8, this is 1 or 3. So all I've ruled out is a 9. But that's useful because now I've only got one place to put 9 in the box. Then I've only got one place to put 8 in the box. Then I can put 1 on its line or dot. And then I've got a 3, 4, 5 to finish there. That's an 8, 3 and a 9 in the middle of the puzzle. And that should be it. And yum? Yes, yum indeed, Chris. That's a nice flavour in the end of puzzle. I think I struggled mightily with that. Now, what happened in the middle today was all the windows are open because it's quite a hot day, and I worry that I got a neighbour imitating the sound of my voice because they got annoyed with it. I'm not sure if that's what happened. Maybe I'm being a bit paranoid, but I therefore closed the window and the door, and hopefully they weren't as annoyed if that was what was going on. But that might inform my doing these in hot weather in future. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me, and hope you enjoyed that, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.